Hi, everybody. This is Phil Sims, and you're watching Fresh Cookies.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome. Week 11 is here. So happy to be doing another Fresh Cookies with y'all. What's up? I'm here. Man. Another week, and I'm out here still wearing this garb. Rough times for Patriots fans. What up, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. Appreciate chat already up in here. Got some good stuff planned for you today. New power rankings. Heard some feedback over the last week. Some new teams to consider. Let's just say it was a tough power rankings to do this week. Obviously, the last few days got the word that Deshaun Watson is out for the year. It's terrible. For a number of reasons. They just got a really awesome win over the Ravens, and doesn't really feel like it. But what up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Thursday Night Football kicking off tonight, and it's a big one. AFC North, Bengals, Ravens. You know it's going down. Got to make some money tonight. I'm definitely throwing down some bets. Let me know what you're going to throw down. Maybe you got a good fantasy matchup this weekend. Maybe you got some hot takes. Other feedback. We're going to tackle some NBA today. All right. So we got some football lined up. And yeah, we're gonna dive a little bit into basketball. We'll see how that does, and maybe we gotta start talking a little more NBA. But my Celtics killing it right now. I want to see us go head to head with the Bucks. And I was about to say the AFC. To be honest, this is why I don't mess with basketball this time of year. I'm just so locked in on football. I was about to say I want to see the Celtics versus the Bucks in the AFC. No, it's not gonna happen. Eastern Conference Final. All right. But yeah, just getting to some of our talking points. Deshaun Watson, we're going to miss you, dog. Seemed like you were just starting to find that rhythm. Now, who knows? I'll get into this in my my little rant here, but yeah, sucks, man. Draymond Green, 5-game suspension for what? Nothing. It was an inside job. It's a nothing suspension. Buffalo's toast. Yeah. The Bills. It's over. All right. It's over. Sean McDermott. I don't think Sean McDermott or Stephon Diggs is there next year. Both for different reasons. But Bills, it's over, dog. It's over. And the fact that we beat you, you're one of our 2 wins. I'll take that. All right. Silver linings, wins and losses. Great stuff. Great stuff to talk about today, though. And yep. Just want to make sure everything's good for y'all. But yeah, as always, I put it in the chat earlier. Who you got tonight? Bengals, Ravens. 2 teams who really need wins for different reasons. Man, the Bengals, I know the offensive line isn't great, but just what is it with the I mean, gotta stop teams from scoring, right? So it can't be just the offensive line, right? Let's get into our sorry, I feel like I'm sitting crooked here. But yeah. Let's get into our thumbnail. It's a tough week, all right? I was hyped. Patriots were playing in Germany. And let's just say it did not end well. It didn't really start well. It what was it, 10-6 loss to the Colts. Woke up at 9:30. Ruined my whole day. All right. That's why I was already against these London and Germany games. It was a wrap. Ruined my whole shit. Um our favorite meme here going this season. Old Heffernan. It's the truth. Every week. And you know, who knows what's going to happen? I've heard so many different reports, but coming out in the last hour, it was apparently 80% of the locker room would rather not have Mac Jones there. And here, where is the quote, boy? Yeah, so on a YouTube video named 80% of the locker room is out on Mac Jones. There's reports coming out that Malik Cunningham, the supposed third string quarterback who we cut to start the season, is now back. But I heard them talk about Will Grier all week after the whole Bailey Zappi Mac Jones disaster over in Deutschland. But I don't know. I mean, you know what? It's not even I don't know. But whoa. We are not here for the music, folks. We're just here to look at some highlights. But Malik Cunningham, this is just some stuff from the preseason. And they did lose this game, but Malik Cunningham, new Patriots quarterback, could be. I mean, what do we really have to lose at this point? I mean, our two options right now are a wet mop or a broken broom handle. So, oh my goodness. And then, all right, that's enough. And then there's just the whole what's going to happen to Bill Belichick? Tough to say. It's looking like he's just not going to be there next year. I can't see him moving in the middle of the season, though. I don't know where that's coming from. I also don't see him going anywhere. Who knows? Who knows? They're on a bye this week, so they'll get their mind right. And you know what? I'll be fortunate enough to see them, win or lose, once they come off the bye. And regardless, I could say I saw Belichick in his last season. Who knows? I think Gerard Mayo was supposedly the next man up. Um, but who knows? Maybe we get Mike Vrabel. What do you guys think? All right. Um, but yeah, Patriots, get it together in the bye week. There's probably going to be a lot of reports coming out and stuff, but get your shit together because I can't. I just you guys are killing me. And just one more thing from Patriots before we move on. This is our supposed starter. This is him reacting to getting benched.
I know.
We don't. That so there he is getting benched. I want to show these logos, but doesn't look too mad. Judas should never drafted him. All right, like I said, good show. We got power rankings coming up. Guys, let me know what you got going on this weekend. Maybe some bets. What do you got? Like a crazy 8-leg parlay only you know something about. Maybe you got a fantasy football matchup. Who knows? Definitely some money to be made tonight, though. I'm gonna have to throw something down. So like I said, we've been focusing a lot on football here, but this was so good I couldn't pass it up. Draymond Green. Man, interesting story here. If you didn't see, the easiest way to put this, he basically piggybacked off a fight that was already happening, and just took it to a whole nother level. He choked out Rudy Gobert, which it ain't right, but it's Rudy Gobert, so he gave everybody the vid, all right? I know you didn't officially, but after that interview, the world shut down, so I'm not that mad that it was Rudy Gobert in the sleeper. All right, Ravens. Appreciate my trainer. I love you, Coach. Ottinger on the check-in. Ravens over the Bengals. That's coming from a Steelers fan. We're going to get into the matchup, but I always like when when your division rivals chime in. But yeah, Draymond Green basically put Rudy Gobert in this chokehold. I'll pull up the article because God forbid you show anything. But I'm sure you've seen it. There's no way you didn't see it. You got Instagram. You got all these fancy things. But yeah, like I was saying, like Klay Thompson had his own business going on. I'm sure he's fighting demons. I'll pray for him. Draymond's over here being restrained. And then out of nowhere, like Jason in the first movie. That's always great. There was like a similar scenario like that happened when I was in middle school. There's like this fight that broke out on one side and just it was like clockwork. This kid saw this fight happening. This other kid was at his locker, just snuck him. A completely different fight broke out. Insane. Principal's office was popping. But let's see if there's a better angle here. I don't want to be watching all this, but yeah, basically something going down, and then I can't even be mad at him. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'm glad. You know what? This is actually great. I'm glad that Ottinger's in here. World class MMA coach here. I would love to hear some of the. I'm just gonna replay this right here for Mike. I'll even big screen it. I would just like to hear some of your intake on this. Look, Dre, like how is that your first decision already? Already. Not even trying to break it up. Just right for the throat. Steve Kerr wants no part of this. This is why You don't burn incense and shit in the locker room. There's no peace to be had. You find peace with your cocktail after the game when you're chilling in your hotel room. Look. His first response. Whoops. Sorry. Whoops, sorry. I forgot I left your comment up there. So to add to the awful technique, and there you have it. This is actually great. I'm gonna actually have to bring on next big fight. We have to bring Mike on so he can break down some stuff because I'm gonna assume he's absolutely right. But yeah. So you see the shit that happened. What I'm basically trying to get at is this is some real pussy stuff here. I'm gonna be honest with you. 5 games for that. Listen, man. I just hit my 3rd decade, but been watching basketball a minute. I done watched a lot of old highlights. I've seen a lot worse. 5 games for that. Pitiful. Pitiful. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Coming from a Celtics fan, from a player that I hold in some of the highest regard ever, Kobe would be sick to see that. I'm just gonna put that out there. Appreciate it, Mike. For show. For show. I would love to get your input on Francis and his he did all right in his boxing in his boxing debut. I don't know if he's had any pro fights other than that, but I would love to get your take on him not wanting to be in the UFC and whether or not he's running from John Jones or not. Whoops, I don't want to be given. What are we even talking about here? All right. But yeah, it's a shame what's happening to Draymond, but let's be honest, he brings it upon himself too. I found this nice little video of just besides obviously what happened a couple days ago, just all these awful, dirty things that he's done. So yeah, he's a player that's really grown on me because I really didn't used to like Draymond, and I didn't think he was like a big component on Golden State's success, other than he was just riding coattails on two of the best scoring players. And I think NBA history. Let's see what he did here. Yeah, it's not that bad. If he would have stuck the landing, it wouldn't have been that bad. I feel like Ahmad Shumpert kind of sold that one. It's the kicking ones that really just like I'm like, bro, that's some bitch ass shit right there. Kicking people in the nuts. That's not even that bad, bro. He tried to hold him up. Ooh, actually, that was good, Mike. What do you think about that? That was like a pretty good flying knee right there. Won't win you an NBA championship, but it might get you a title shot in the octagon. All right, but free Draymond. He's obviously a contributing member to society, and I think 5 games is way too much. Come on, man. The league was built on choking players out. Shout out to Tony Montana. My brother and I just watched Scarface in the theaters the other day, 40th anniversary. Get at me. right? I wouldn't even give him the foul for that. If anything, I would send him to the line. That deserves a free throw. All right. Sure, I'm lined up here. But yeah, let me make sure I empty the clip on my Draymond feelings. But yeah, this was mad. This is just whack. I would give him a 1 game just to please like the principal. You know what I'm saying? Like you put hands on somebody, you serve a 1 game. I heard Rudy Gobert coming out after the game saying, he did this because he doesn't like to play when Steph's not there. Bro, how many games does Steph miss in a season and dude is still playing? You can't say that. Like Rudy Gobert didn't even try to fight back. Leave it to the French guy to surrender like right off the bat. He didn't want none of that smoke. But I feel like in sports, no matter how like safer and nicer everything is, we still got to have like these enforcer jerk ass guys. And we praised them before: Charles Oakley, Vernon Maxwell, Bill Laimbeer, even Larry Bird. Free Draymond. Five games is too much. And just to enter it into the record, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat on. Maybe he bargained for the 5-game suspension. He's like, yo, I just need some time off. Draymond want to lift his feet up a little bit. Maybe he's going to try to recruit Urban Meyer to his alma mater of Michigan State. Who knows? But yeah, free Draymond. Man. Appreciate all you guys watching already. Like I said earlier, you guys always chime in. Let me know any thoughts you got. Maybe you got some fantasy football. Maybe you got a good fantasy football matchup going on. Maybe oh well, I got to be careful with this one. Trying to pull up a clip here. It's like just because we're about to kick the Bills back in real fast. Just want to show this real fast. And I called this. I was watching this game. Called this ish. Let me tell you, this is one of the most heartbreaking, stupidest, pitiful ways to lose a game that I've ever seen in the NFL. So the fact that I just saw it the other day, mind blowing. Now, I never get why teams do the rush field goal thing. I think TCU may have done it last year in a big game. I forget. I do. I feel like when teams do the rush field goal thing, it's really just like there's no other way to put it. It's a dick swinging contest. We're gonna do a rush field goal. Why? Why? The kicker already has an immense ton of pressure on him. Why would you put this man's back to the wall and add another element to it? Don't just kick a field goal for us with a bunch of people watching with wind and all this other shit. Do it. Run out there and do it. Insane. But when I saw this about to happen with the season that the Broncos are having, I called it. I said, they're missing. They're missing, bro. And sure enough, I want to show as much as I can without getting in trouble. But sure enough, they rushed the shit up, up, up. And you know what happened? I called it. I called it. I'm like, damn, Buffalo deserves to lose this game. They're not gonna. Then he missed it. And then the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. There's literally, I love that Kyle Brandt's on here too. Extreme Buffalo fan. Yeah, the too many men on the field. And then you guess what happened? They win. It was funny. But I think that's it. I think that's it. I think everybody stays put as of now. I wouldn't be surprised if Stephon Diggs, the last we're going into week 11 now. You know, I think the Bills are good enough to still make the playoffs, but if they do make the playoffs, I don't think it's going to be very good. They're not gelling. Like I said in the top of the show, I don't see Stephon Diggs and Sean McDermott being there next season, but I think it's for different reasons. McDermott, I think they part ways either mutually or he's fired, and Diggs, I think, is going to kick and scream as much as possible I think him and his brother are both going to try to scheme something up to. I mean, they're Maryland guys, so I mean, who knows? They could scheme something up to go play for the Commanders, and maybe the Commanders back channel Rob Rivera out of his job. Fresh cookies. Appreciate that. But yeah, the Bills, we really just need to stop. They're not Super Bowl contenders. I think the year they lost in Arrowhead, the Tyreek Hill, the 14 seconds, whatever, I thought that was like when they were like A1. And I said it. I was like, if they didn't win it with that squad, with like the spirit and everything, I'm like, they probably won't win it again. Like, they won't have an opportunity to. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't put it all on Josh Allen either. I think it's a lot of shit. You ask this dude to do everything, every single game, and when it's all, and I guess that's most quarterbacks, but just there. I feel like the accountability and the blame are just contrasted in the most dickhead way. Where, I mean, listen, players are going to be aggressive and shit. It's not to say Stephon Diggs is like this asshole dude. I don't know dude personally, but I mean, receivers and quarterbacks, they're different. Different mindsets, and I think it's really unfair that Josh Allen takes as much blame as he does when I'm just like, bro, you just have this core, like everybody's just counting on you, and that's what goes with it. But man, pass the blame around a little bit, won't you? And also, don't have 12 men on defense. Jeez, the fuck. But yeah, they're done. They're Dunsky. They're Dunsky. I don't. Well, like I said, McDermott and Diggs out. Josh stays there. I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins is on a 1-year deal with the Titans, but I could see him going there. I think with Diggs out, it's a better option for him to go to Buffalo. Like, hey, you could be the first banana. Now that this dude's gone, you're an older vet. You know how to conduct yourself. Will you? Hopefully. But what was it? Oh yeah, this was last week's show. I'm gonna say it again. Roam home, Buffaloes, roam home. Or Buffalo. Nah. The Colorado Buffaloes, though, need to roam home. They bad. But better than last year, so. All right, yeah, Buffalo's toast. They trash. Basura. Yeah, I'll give you that. Cook was disappointing. I don't know. I don't know. They still have Dawson Knox, don't they? I just feel like they have everything at their disposal. So why are y'all just dumb? Got to be one of the top 5 dumbest teams in the league. But we're about to get into the power rankings, so strap in, y'all. Fresh Cookies Week 11 power rankings up in here. Switching it up a bit. No countdown. We're just going to lay it all out for you. And since Thanksgiving is upon us, let's take it to the dinner table. So without further ado, the Fresh Cookies Week 11 power rankings. All right, it's a nice setup. Look at this nice family. Week 11 is here. And some things changed up. Ravens, you lost to, I guess, the last time we'll see Deshaun Watson this season. Jerks. Steelers, I caught some flack, but you know what? Steelers defense doing their damn thing. All right. Had to put them in the top 10. Dolphins, they were off, so I can't fault them. All right. You're there for now. I was so happy to drop the Bills out of the top 10. I'll be much happier when I drop the Dolphins out of the top 10 when Tua eventually gets hurt, but not seriously. The Cowboys. Yeah, you got a big win over the Giants. I actually watched that game with a bunch of Cowboy fans. Y'all still ain't shit. All right. Giants they're the NFC Patriots. Lions, I believe they were off. So I just kept them. Let me get back to this shit. Yeah. Jaguars, you got sunned by the 49ers. I've been so high on the Jaguars this year. That was kind of disappointing. 3 points at home. I know Debo came back, but that was pitiful. The Niners getting right back in the saddle. I'm not 100% sold on them being in the number 2 spot because it was one game and they look kind of like shit without Debo Samuel. So going forward, if they don't have him, can't be that confident in them. Seahawks, we've been high on them, so I think they deserve to be in the 3 spot. But as I've said before in the past, the way I do this list is whoever's in front of each team is who I think would beat that team. So, with that being said, while I don't think the Chiefs are as good as they've been, I like their chances now that the Bills have shown their ass and clearly won't be a threat in the playoffs. And the Eagles dominating as well. Uh they haven't really lost, so can't fault them for that. And yeah, that was our time at the dinner table. We'll revisit, we'll come back for seconds, but you know, just look at the regular non-waspy power rankings. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Because I'm already seeing some hate. Guys, let me know what you think of these power rankings. All right. Here is week 11. Let's see what. Oh, yeah, baby. We were high on the Ravens last week. But nah, bruh. We will miss Deshaun Watson. But I'm thankful we got an awesome comeback by the Browns, but just an absolute choke fest by the Ravens. I mean, come on. Come on. So, yeah, we won't see Deshaun anymore, but, man, that comeback was impressive. We were really high on Jacksonville, and we were really kicking in the 49ers back. Rightfully so. They were playing like shit. But here's the rankings from last week. Similar. The Lions and the Cowboys stayed in the same spot. I was not that impressed with the Cowboys beating the Giants just because of how bad the Giants are this year. And it's really fitting. Like I just said, Giants, the NFC Patriots, basically. Also 2-8. These two mofos about to square up. First game out the bye. I'll be there. Listen, it's gonna be like two short people fighting. But I'll take it. All right. If I could be there for a dub in a scarce win season, possibly Belichick's last season, I'm gonna take it. All right. I'm gonna take it, and that's all it is. But yeah, the way I make these power rankings, like I said, is I think my brother's really mad. Listen, Jacksonville is good. All right. They beat you guys at home. And I'm just saying, if they were to play right now, this is what it would be. And I just want to say this. It was tough to kick the Browns out the top 10, but to be honest with you, I'm going to take this off while I say this. It was tough to kick the Browns out the top 10, but to be honest with you, with no Deshaun Watson, as good as their defense is, they ain't going to beat none of these teams. They're not going to beat none of these teams. And this is the real joint, all right? These power rankings matter. College football playoffs don't got nothing on the fresh cookies power rankings. So when Condoleezza Rice asks you, make sure you tell her. Oh, you're not on the fresh cookies committee? Sorry, bro. I don't know you. But yeah, Ravens, that loss kicked them right to number 10. And like I said, I think the Steelers would beat them right now. Steelers defense now with the Browns losing to Deshaun Watson. I already thought they were top 3. But this elevates the game that I believe the Steelers is your last game with the Ravens. Did I say? Oh, let me just I'm so happy to fall through some technical issues last week. Didn't even have my computer. I was doing that off my laptop. But yeah, I think that that Steelers Ravens is going to determine the division, and who knows? Maybe they meet again in the playoffs. That would be sick. But yeah, Steelers, their chances are going up right now. All the way up. You know, I'm going to play. Made a video, damn it. We're going to show the video. But yeah, Steelers moving up in the world. I like their chances now that Deshaun Watson's down. RIP to his season. Dolphins, I think, are just a little bit better because of the offense, but defensive wise, not even a comparison. Night and day. Steelers actually play defense. Dolphins are like a momentum-based defense. If the offense is rocking, then the defense is doing good. If it's all up to the defense, nada. Haloti, nada. And the Cowboys, you know, you essentially beat up on a team that had a cast on their foot. All right. We're not that impressed. You should be ashamed of yourself. Dak's not out of the weeds just yet. Lions, we won't fault them. You didn't do anything. Jacksonville, yeah, we are high on them. We're high on Jacksonville. Now, with that being said, I don't think they'll go very far in the playoffs. If they were to make it to an AFC championship game, that would be far exceeding expectations. They're more of like a second round team. I could see them somehow getting like having home field and losing against the Bengals, and then the Bengals will go to the AFC championship game, and I'll get into that. But yeah, San Fran, they held them just 3 points, man. They did their thing. I think the Seahawks are just a touch better than the Niners. They're gonna meet each other twice in the next like 3 weeks, I believe. Actually, I think they, yeah, no, not this week. And then Chiefs and the Eagles, you see that up there. Now, I don't even think. Let me just see, because oh no, that's right. The Chiefs and the Eagles were both off last week. How cute that the league coincided that, so the Kelseys could probably do some stunt. But listen, I think it's the way it's looking now. No Browns, no Bills. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's just going to be a rematch of last year's Super Bowl at this point. It's really disheartening because that was not one of my favorite Super Bowls. Obviously, the storylines are great. It was just real hard to root for either team. You have the Eagles, who, if they didn't have the fan base they had, it would be such an easier team to root for. But Eagles fans make it really hard to give them any type of compliments, and Chiefs fans are just sigh. Um, I even want to say it's old money. You never won shit. Like, you just started winning recently, and we all have to bow down to the Chiefs. They're just not a cool team, bro. They're just not a cool team. Like, I know I have a lot of Pittsburgh fans in here, but like literally, like none of those like just in terms of swagger, none of those recent Chiefs teams could hold a fucking candle to any of the players on the Steelers' last 2 Super Bowl wins. You get rocked. But yeah, I just think with the Bills being as sucky as they are, it looks like the Bengals are not going to get it together. Leaves a wide open path for Arrowhead to once again be the playoff destination throughout the AFC playoffs. The Niners and the Eagles are going to face off soon. And I just don't really believe in the Niners. I just feel like they're going to choke at the worst possible time. So I'm calling it right now. I think it's going to be a Super Bowl rematch from last year. And if Philly wins, Lord help me. But let me know what you guys think about the power rankings. And we're about to start getting into the week 11 matchup. So strap in. Thursday night football kicking off, like we said, with a great AFC North battle. Bengals, Ravens. They're all must wins, but both these teams really need a win. Now, Bengals are the underdogs. They're plus 150 in Vegas right now. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would like Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, and Zay Flowers for touchdowns. And Lamar Jackson on the passing yards. But, that's if I were to be laying down a bet. I just might. Nah, I'm gonna. Um, Look, the Bengals just lost a tough one to the Texans, who are good, but you can't be losing to the Texans, bro. All right? Not when you have Super Bowl aspirations. I know CJ Stroud, clear rookie of the year candidate so far. I do want to, it's tough, man. I don't want to see quarterbacks get every single award. I think there needs to be some type of different criteria, you know? Can't always be a quarterback. But yeah, you can't be losing to the Texans, Bengals. If I have a lot of promise for this team that they'll get it together, and like I said, probably fall to the Chiefs. But if I was going to go against the Bengals in any game, tonight would be the one on the road in Baltimore. And they really need this one. They already dropped one to them, and they were at home, which is even worse. But so far, they lost to the Texans, the Titans, like I said, the Ravens at home, the Browns. And they also beat the Seahawks and the 49ers. So impressive. And like I said, the Ravens coming off a tough loss to the Browns. They've lost to the Steelers. That's why, like I said in the power rankings, Steelers, I feel like the Steelers are one notch ahead of them. So with that being said, they just lost one division game. Do they really drop two back to back? No, I don't think so. So I do think this game will push the Bengals in a much better direction for the season, but I'm taking the Ravens. And like I said, as of now, I think we're looking at a rematch of last year's Super Bowl for this year. Speaking of the Steelers, they're taking on the Biggity Browns. They're hurting. All right, they lost their quote unquote leader. He was kind of shaky there. I thought he was going to kind of, find some type of way to peace out, but he's stuck in there, and we gonna miss him. Steelers defense about to eat up Cleveland, and I feel bad because I'm a big PJ Walker fan. Which I heard that they're gonna go with the was it DTR, DRT, DTLR. But yeah, they're gonna go with the young dude. Yeah, Steelers, not even a question. Kenny gonna keep rolling. Raiders Dolphins. I think this is a great opportunity for the Raiders to get smacked back to reality with an absolute ass kicking from the Dolphins. And you know what, Dolphins? Ever since you put up that big score on the Broncos, I'm not that impressed. So you know what? Run it up on these fools. And I'm not saying get some get back for Josh McDaniels, but don't talk shit about the Patriots. Roll them. Bears Lions. Normally, actually, I think no, I wouldn't say to start the season this wouldn't be an interesting matchup because I think whenever you got Justin Fields, it's still considered interesting. But this one a little interesting considering the Bears have a different identity. I feel like they're gonna go play the Lions, the Lions were off last week, right? No, they beat the Chargers. That's right. Um, and then the Bears with that scarce win over the Panthers. Uh, it's not looking good for the Bears. I'm gonna take the Lions in this one. I do think Chicago keeps Bajent, though. I like his style. I think he's pretty good. And he looks like a pretty good leader for a rook. Titans, Jaguars. Now, this is interesting. Will Levis versus Trevor Lawrence. Titans are really up and down year. I say they're coming off a loss to the Buccaneers, who ain't bad. Still interesting to see Will Levis versus Trevor Lawrence. I see the Jags winning this one. Calvin Ridley, can you please show up? Do something for me. Something. This will most likely be I think this will be a Chark ETN fest once again. Unfortunately, I need Calvin Ridley to start getting more touches. Damn it. Chargers, Packers. Chargers are the most successful, disappointing team. I feel like their team is rocking. They're just lacking that. Let's face it, that head coaching element. With that being said, Packers were okay in their first game. They're right there. They're right there every single game. Just can't drive it home. Chargers on the road. Chargers on the road in Green Bay. I'm going to go out on a whim. I'll give LA the win, knowing they'll most likely let me down. But yeah, LA Chargers, I'm picking you in Lambeau. Cardinals, Texans. Kyler Murray back, gets a win in his first game back. I was talking hella shit. I'll retort for the most part. It was a 2-point win over the Falcons. So let's not go crazy. Texans, I'm more impressed with them, what they're doing with CJ Stroud and is it D'Amico Ryans, the head coach, I'll say his first year. Listen, it's like the most inspired football the Texans have been playing in years. I like rooting for him. It's fun to see the rookie do his thing. Can Kyler go into Houston and pop this bubble? Let me just say, if the Cardinals beat the Texans and the Bengals didn't, I will be so disappointed. I'm going with Houston in this one, and they better win. All right, moving on down. Pipeline. Cowboys, Panthers. It's not even a question. All right, Cowboys fans, like I said, that was a nothing win. All right, not that it was a nothing win. All right, it's division win. Not that impressed. From here on out, we're gonna pull up the Dallas Cowboys schedule. All right, because when you should have stepped up, you didn't. Okay, like I said, 40-0 against the Giants. You beat the Jets without Aaron Rodgers. You got worked by Josh Dobbs. We're a fucking everything fire. Just everything wrong with us. Blew us out. But then, yeah, you got smoked by the 49ers, didn't you? Barely beat the Chargers. Rams, that's a good win. Couldn't beat the Eagles. Wow, you got 2 cupcakes, essentially. Commanders are going to play them hard. It's a division game. Wouldn't say 2 cupcakes, but 2 games you should win. And these 5 are about to be a gauntlet. For the Cowboys. Seahawks going to play tough defense. Obviously, you have to beat the Eagles, man. If you guys lose twice to the Eagles, not taking you seriously as a playoff team. The Bills, they're having their woes, but who knows? They could have like a bounce back game by this time. Then you're going to play the Dolphins in my seriously. Who is conspiring in the league that the Dolphins play all their late games at home? Like, no, bro. Send their asses to wherever. But I guess it wouldn't really matter if they're playing the Cowboys anyway. And then the Lions going to pop. Let's say they want to pop you. Let's see what the Dolphins got remaining. I guess they'll go to the Ravens, but still. October 1st at the Bills. Like, if y'all don't switch this shit, I'm tired of all the warm teams getting all the nice stuff. I really went down the rabbit hole longer than I should have. But yeah, Cowboys, you better win. And I'm just not that impressed with you. Giants, Commanders. I would say every win matters for the Giants from here on out. Just seems like they're going to take the L this season and hope for the best in the draft. Daniel Jones. When does he come back? How does he come back? Not sure, but I'll tell you this much. Brian Daboll, I would absolutely take as the next Patriots head coach. Dude is awesome. He's the best part about that team. I was so excited and hyped for the Giants. That's really odd for me to say, but just the vibe around that team was awesome. They're disappointing. So that'll be the last time I have hope for a New York team. But when it comes to this game, Giants on the road versus the Commanders. The Commanders have been a streaky team at best. Sorry, NY. I can't see you getting this one done. Gonna go Washington. Buccaneers, 49ers. 49ers back on track. Baker knows how to play spoiler, though. They're at the 49ers. I'm going to take San Fran in this one. I'll take McCaffrey for the yards and a TD. Jets Bills. Isn't this one interesting? With the Patriots being off, I will definitely. That's one of the good things about having a bye sometimes is just you get to kind of experience what all the other frustrated fan bases are dealing with. So I will be watching this game closely because best believe if Buffalo drops another game, if they drop 2 in a row at home, no way Stephon Diggs walks through those doors the next week. But seriously, the Jets are in such high spirits considering the season that they're having. I mean, you had your ace Hall of Fame quarterback coming to play for you, and then 4 snaps into the season, he doesn't see the field again. Now, I could say I don't see the Bills losing 2 at home, and I just want to make sure. Yeah, I would say the Bills would not drop 2 in a row at home and 3 in a row. But they're about to drop 3 in a row and 2 at home. So, that being said, I like the Jets in this matchup. And let me just see real fast. I want to see what Vegas has for the Jets in this game. What's their odds to beat the Bills? Wow. Like I said, this is, I'm not a betting guy, but all I'm going to say is the Jets are plus 245. So do with that information what you will. The Jets are 240 plus 245. And Diggs is a plus 120. On a TD. That's insane. That's insane. Like I said, do with that information what you will. Regardless, I'm going with the Jets though. It's not even an upset. I'm going with the Jets with the road victory. All right. They're the better team right now. Seahawks, Rams, little NFC West action. Seahawks, we really high on them. Rams, though, I guess if you had a top 20, they'd be in there, but I guess that's not really saying much. They like to play spoiler. I think they know the Seahawks very well. I could see Seattle losing this game. I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. You know what? Just going. I can't skip over this. I'm really thinking about this one. Let me just say, the Seahawks played awesome last week. Yeah, I was watching. Yeah, they played awesome last week. Just for some reason, nah, I'm not even doing that. I'm going with the Seahawks in this one. Going with the Seahawks. They're the better team. Shout out Geno Smith. Vikings, Broncos. Joshua Dobbs versus Russell Wilson, the matchup we didn't think we would see, but honestly, pretty good. Yeah, Joshua Dobbs, if you've been watching the show, we're really high on him here. I think he's done a lot with what he was given, and he's a good quarterback. I would take him on the Patriots. Actually, that would be one of the best case scenarios. Drafting a young guy again and having to see how that works out. Take Josh Dobbs. I would take him. All right. Joshua Dobbs, Taylor Heineke. Bro, even PJ Walker, I would take him. But like the Patriots, and like I was telling my brother, like it's almost like a I don't know. I think the Patriots being so bad is just chalked up to what happens when you just hire too many friends and family. just an endless echo chamber or just, accountability, but just like accountability not in the sense that like they would fire your ass on the spot. They would wait till the end of the season. Well, sometimes I don't know. Kind of lost my train of thought there, but yeah, no, Josh Dobbs, Taylor Heineke, PJ Walker, I would take them. But yeah, no. The thing is like with so many friends and family on the Patriots staff, they never get rid of anybody in season. Listen, man, sometimes you just gotta do that shit. All right. It's not working. Nothing's working right now. Make a change. I don't want to see Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi right now. To be honest, I don't know how Will Greer is, but I don't want him either. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Malik Cunningham better be starting when I go to this game against the Giants. Well, back to the game at hand, Vikings, Broncos. Both teams are revitalized right now. Broncos feeling themselves. They're coming off that big win. The Vikings, I think, are a slightly better team, but Sean Payton's got these guys rolling. He's got them rolling. I think they're no, they're not slightly. They're better coached. I'm going to go with the Broncos in this one. And yes, the media day from hell will take place on Monday night. Eagles Chiefs, a rematch of the Super Bowl. They're doing it in Arrowhead. God forbid Patrick Mahomes have to go into a hostile territory. All right. It's not his fault that the Chiefs get top seed in the playoffs every year. So we haven't seen them in a playoff environment on the road. But with Philly losing, once again, each week we'll go through the schedule where the NFL dropped the ball. With the Eagles losing the Super Bowl last year, why wouldn't you send the Chiefs over there? Clearly, when you had a quote unquote home field advantage in the Super Bowl, everybody slipping and sliding, send them to the link. Send them to the link. Let the Wolves have them. Have them. Now, when it comes to the actual game, I think the Eagles are like 3 steps ahead of the Chiefs. If they lose this game, it would be dumb. But we all know this thing comes down to the wire. A penalty will decide this game for Kansas City. So, yeah, believe it or not, whoa, zooming in. Now, I will say this, the Chiefs defense, in my opinion, the Chiefs defense has been like Patrick Mahomes, then Chiefs defense. Like I feel like that's exactly what their success has been chalked up to. Travis Kelce's probably like a third, if not two, mixing in with three. But their defense really impressive. The Eagles, their offense, super impressive. They got some young pass rushers, but I feel like that's gonna come back to bite them in the ass. All right. Um, it's so tough to say because I feel like there's so many different scenarios that favor both teams. I think the Eagles are playing much better, but I think for some reason the Chiefs just have this one extra circled. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. We already gave the Giants their shine. They had none. Um, yeah, let me just double check, make sure this because now that I'm saying it, I feel no. It's at Arrowhead. I don't know why they were making it seem like Andy Reid was going back to the link. Um, Another thing, like, yeah, like, did the NFL conspire to just not have the Chiefs play in this hostile environment? Because they're like, nah, they would just go too wild with the Eagles losing the Super Bowl last year and Andy Reid coming back. They'd probably burn down the stadium, and it's just Philly already got enough problems. But and now that I say this, I'm sure the Eagles have this one circled. Like, come on. How do you not? This is your get back. I think if it wasn't for all the BS that we get leading up to the game with the TS and the Kelsey brothers being featured in like every single lick of TV time, that this is really an insane matchup, and it's going to be it should go down as one of the might be the highest rated Monday night game of all time, but it's going to go down as a legendary one. Tough decision. Yup, Terror Squad. Um, man, this is the toughest call all day. But I think we're set up for some Eagles get back. They're I'm gonna go with the Eagles. All right, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. It was too tough. I just think their coach is such a hard O that he's gonna really hype them up like this is the fucking Super Bowl, and he's just gonna rehash every single bad thought that he's had at like 4 a.m. for the last however months. I think this is a must win for the Eagles in their franchise. Like in the season, yeah, it's a must win to prove whatever how good you are and shit, but show you have some spine, beat the fucking Chiefs on the road. If you don't, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing unless you make the Super Bowl. So there you have it. I'm gonna take the Eagles on the road. Let me see what the odds can't be high on anything for this game. I'm assuming what's Vegas got for these guys? Where the where were the oh shit, you know what it is? The I don't think the Vegas might have not made the odds. They had to have. They had to have. Oh no, here they are. Yeah, so the Eagles are plus 126. Wow, they're actually favoring the Chiefs in this one. I guess the home field really means something. And to be honest with you, the fact that AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, well, AJ Brown's a plus 115 and Hurts is a plus 135 to score a TD on top of the plus 126 money line. Like I said, I'm not a gambling man, but I would lay that down. So there you have it. Yes, the Eagles are going down. Our loyal fan base also thinks so. And with that, that is going to wrap up the week 11 predictions. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another week. I hope you make some money. Hope you eat some good food. Hope you don't have to work because that's the worst. And yeah, keep tuning in. We got some great stuff we're gonna try out. And this is Fresh Cookies highlights. We got some highlights coming your way. All right. I gotta stop fucking around. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. Drop, in the comments, drop me any hot takes. Hit up our social media pages, email, all that stuff. If we're not talking about what you want to see. But thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm Nery Rodriguez. Appreciate you stopping by. And remember, it's fresh cookies. Peace.